John is trying to run one last thing out to the truck before we start today. And so I'm going to come on and just ask, can you guys hear me? Serious sounding. I should turn that down. So I'm sorry that it's really bright. We have the door open so that we have to be running stuff back and forth to the truck. Let's see. There we go. So audio is good. And Rebecca and Josh. Nice to see you guys. Again, I am waiting for John. It doesn't seem like it's appropriate for me to be doing all the talking as he's getting ready to leave. So hopefully he's trying to get all his toys. We ended up with a 16-foot truck instead of a 12-foot truck, which is really laughable because we could fit all of our junk in the truck, a 12-foot truck, and still have space to live in at this point. But somehow the people that were supposed to bring back the 12-foot truck didn't. 16-foot truck, yeah, because it's only a little bit smaller than the house we're living in right now. He has one lone office chair that's going to be rolling around all over that truck, and I think 4 boxes of clothes. The rest of it is man toys, and I think he has this extension table that helps with his back. So Laurie Family Homestead is here. Yay! Willow Creek Homestead is here. Yay! Paige has been doing school all day, and she has been running things for her dad. And so,
hey guys,
I'm not sure. Let me see. Okay, calm down.
I just
she left the perpetual compass lest she lose her way.
Also, I have scissors on it. That's what this is. They're fold up. They're fold up scissors.
And a Leatherman somewhere.
Well, I have a Leatherman.
So, did you go tell Dad that we have started and we need him? Okay, so there's Kai's Leatherman. She got her Leatherman today.
Just today.
We found one of my old Leatherman that it works
Show
fine,
her
except
the scissors.
Still work. Well, where did this one come from?
To me.
Well, maybe that's Dad's then. I can't give you Dad's Leatherman.
No.
And here's my old radio.
No, we never got here.
Okay. Can you go tell Dad that the show is live and we're waiting to hear his perspective?
And I have scissors.
So lots of Leathermans, lots of scissors. Super, super fun.
I also have my Leatherman.
Hey, everybody. Okay.
I also have my Leatherman.
The Have More Farm is here. All I need is a toothbrush and skivvies. Okay. I have made your throne available.
I see that. And
it's being taken up by a squirt.
I'll stand you out.
No. You're going to close up your tool and not be squabbling in the background. You're going to let Dad come and...
Okay, verse.
Rocky Brook Homestead is here. Stacy's here. Willow Creek is here. Daddy, let's turn the computer a little bit more. There we go.
Hey, hi, everybody.
Dad just got shaved.
Okay, shh. Remember how I said not going to talk in the background? Okay, so that's the rule right now. 16-foot truck instead of a 12-foot truck.
Yeah.
Because we needed more space.
What happened, I noticed that there's Oklahoma plates on here, so they just wanted somebody to return it for them.
Paigey, can you shut the door so we don't have quite so much glaring sunlight? Okay. There we go. So...
Lori family.
So we have, John had 2 boxes of clothes here in the house. We're buffering.
Do you want to lift it up?
Darn it. Lift it up for what purpose?
Page. Well, if it gets higher, it gets closer to the antenna. But
my phone?
Yes, your phone. So I don't know. Like that for the entire time, and we'll be good. So,
okay, so should I close this one down? Okay, so school for what?
What?
What are you going to school for? Empty hammock.
Oh, school for security / forensics. So cyber forensics.
You can't have the bags in the background. Stop.
Go out and play, girls. No. You have a beautiful tree with a swing and a hammock and lots of goats.
No hammock, no swing, and no hammock.
But in here we have an empty hammock. So. Hammock is right here. See, there's a pun, play on words there.
There is. Where's Rain Country? Yay!
Hey, Heidi.
Heidi made it. Heidi inspires me every day with her beautiful. This is the thing. Okay, so for all of you who are in a backyard and you feel like you can't homestead because you just have a backyard, you should go see Rain Country, because they don't have a huge amount of space, but they do a lot with it. And they're also trying to get partially off grid, which I think is an adventure. What?
They have more farms. Just nailed it. Go ahead and say it. He says computer nerd. Yes.
He is a computer nerd.
I have been avoiding it my entire life. I'm like, no, I'm a car guy. I'm a meathead. No, computers. Everyone's like, you should go into computers. Like my whole life growing up,
I
have embraced my nerdness. And just like I embraced having a minivan. It was one of those things. That was rough.
The minivan was rough. It was one
of those things you just have to admit after a while.
Swamp Creek made it. Hey, so I have got 4 videos lined up over the course of this next week from my time with Swamp Creek, which I'm really excited to show you guys because it's all really pretty and super fun. So Swamp Creek, they do a lot of cabin renovation, DIY type videos, and it's fun just to kind of watch their adventure. I'm trying to see who else here I can explain.
Let me borrow that camera. I was
mostly
kidding about it, but there is electrical fields that might help. So we'll see if it starts to bumper.
Okay, so what was I saying? I'm trying to explain channels here and what they are. So Laurie Family Homestead, they have a tiny house that they're building, and they also have great cooking videos, like outdoor kitchen type stuff, because they're in Florida, and heating up the whole house with cooking is not a great idea. So an outdoor kitchen is amazing. So if you like the thought of an outdoor kitchen, even if you're not off grid, Laurie Family Homestead, they're the people to watch.
And Barry says he's out. He's got to run. So see you, Barry.
See you, Barry. Willow Creek, they are doing everything farm. If you want to see like a Trulio homestead, Willow Creek, let me make sure, because it's Swamp Creek Cabin, but it's Willow Creek Homestead.
Right.
Because I always get them screwed up. So Willow is, if you want to know about animals, you want to see pigs, you want to see calves, ducks, they're the people to go check out. Todd Ellithorpe, hello from Michigan. Hello.
Parenting support group. Tell your husband that he should do an online course or certification, or even just learn from books and online info. So I have tried that in multiple, and unfortunately I'm not structured enough / when I do that. And when you're home,
constant interruptions from the wifey.
Always the wifey and the wifey list. And not just the wifey though. There's the kids and hey dad, and tell me how awesome this is, and it's beautiful and I love it all. But it does make it impossible to get through.
And sometimes it just pays to pay somebody to teach you the thing you want to know. It's a straight line. Don't you think?
Yes, I agree.
Sometimes you're just like, I want it in a nutshell. I want to do it right the first time, and I want to know how to get hired quick. And so was potential to go here to a 4-year college near us for the same kind of program, but it seemed like getting a certificate?
It would be $180,000 for a 4-year degree before, if you could just get the 2-year associate that wasn't worth anything. Money and time wasted when I can just get this wrapped up, hopefully in 9 months, possibly 2
years. For $8,000.
Yes.
And be finished and get on with life.
Done, exactly. And then we can, and yes.
And the Have More Farm said I absolutely love going to classes. See, for me, I love going to school. I love going to classes if there's something I'm interested in. And when I finally did get my degree, I was taking a degree that I actually cared about. And so John has gone to school before and didn't like it, but he wasn't taking classes he was interested in. English lit is really not his thing.
Yeah, 2 years of core classes, it's a struggle to get through. with any joy. So I went to the local tech college here and studied in automotive technology, and I think I did great, and I had a good time. I did learn I don't ever want to work on somebody else's car for a living. Oh.
Yeah. So the plans with the tiny house are, today I went and the rest of the way I had a whole bunch of plans that I wanted to build myself, and I realized that we were not functional waiting for me to put things together. So I went to the secondhand store. I got us a little table, got a chair for the girls to sit in, so that
Show them it.
I don't know if I can show it. Kaya loves it. I'm not sure what I'm looking at. Hold on. So there's Kaya next to my spinning wheel.
Heavy things.
They're a leather one.
And so I went and like it was $15 for the chair. It was $10 for the table. It felt like a lot of money, and I had been trying to avoid it.
Carpet and mirror.
But yep, carpet and mirror.
Dolls.
Don't forget the dolls. So we went and spent a little bit of money at the secondhand store and found absolutely everything I needed, even up to the fabric that I want to put on the ceiling in the sleeping loft. Did I tell you that? It was like 12 of fabric.
Okay.
That's really, really nice looking. Anyway, so I got everything we needed to feel like it was finished, so that if in 2 weeks we're like, oh my gosh, we missed Dad, we just need to go to Oklahoma, we can just go to Oklahoma. It's finished. Whether we turn it into an Airbnb or not, when we get back in summer, if we get back in summer, it'll be functional. What? Susan Sullivan, did you get my video? I didn't. Tell me a link.
And she was asking about funding as well. Yes, we have Pell Grant. I was trying for all sorts of scholarships, but a lot of them were not applicable, and most of the rest were just spam links, unfortunately. So covering both full-time courses or almost covering all of it.
So extremely affordable. And we love Tulsa. I mean, there were so many different places that we loved in our travels, but we spent the most time in Mississippi.
Florida.
Okay. We spent most of our time in our biggest chunks of time in Mississippi and in Tulsa, except for Florida.
Quiet on the set.
Except for Florida. So yes, honey, we spent the very most time in Florida, but it was like our summer, except it was the dead of winter and we couldn't really handle the heat. So we loved Mississippi.
I loved it.
Okay, I'm just gonna stop talking.
Contradicting. Yes,
I'm just done talking.
She did not like Florida as much.
I loved Florida. I don't think I could handle the summers.
Oh. Not in caps, so I don't know if she wants
Oh, yay. Okay, so Susan got her knife. Had 3. At least.
Explain why.
For the giveaway. For when we hit 45,000 subscribers, we did a giveaway, and Susan won because she shared with 1 million people. And so it will be exciting to see her unboxing. Doug and Stacy said, defiantly not in Missouri, LIL. No. Somebody needs to move their fingers over a little bit on the keyboard, Doug. I don't know what you said.
Well, he's got a check mark by his name too. That's awesome.
See, Samantha Goff said, I'm just outside Tulsa. It's a great area. Lived here my whole life.
It is a beautiful area. And we have amazing people and great friends over there. A lot of our patrons are actually right there in the greater Tulsa area. It's very interesting. Let's see.
Okay, so we are Homestead Homies.
Yes.
Doug and Stacy are on. Did you see that?
Yes.
Okay, so our Homestead Homies, we will be a lot closer to them in Tulsa. One thing we're working on right now is we don't have a trailer to get the goats to Tulsa, and I can't figure out a way around that.
And we're not paying $800 for a one-teated goat.
Yeah, the goats there are exorbitantly expensive, and we're not doing that. So at this point,
might make a trip back.
Yeah, for our goats. Anyway, we don't have a trailer, so I don't have any way to get the goats to Tulsa. And if we can't get the goats to Tulsa, we may have to go and visit Doug and Stacy more often to get our farm animal fix. And also Straw Family Farm, because they're even closer, and they have goats and sheep. What does a check mark mean?
According to Susan Solf, that means big time, or over 100,000 subs.
Oh, these are the big video. Oh, yeah. That's so cool.
Congratulations, guys. Didn't it?
So it looks like a lot of people are saying, I wish I could move to Idaho, but your growing season isn't long enough.
Right.
It's not a long growing season. We have a greenhouse, and I can extend my growing season. I can have vegetables in I can have vegetables in our house by the 1st of April and extend that quite a bit. But if you want fruit, like trees, and you can't put them in a greenhouse, there's a lot of years where we don't get fruit because of late frost and things like that.
See, Lori family just nailed it. Put them in a U-Haul.
I can't, but the problem is there's no venting in a U-Haul. There's no windows. And in a cold season, I'm rather attached to my goats, and I want them to have a little ventilation in a window.
In October, it will be cool, but not hot or cold.
That would be so terrifying to be in a U-Haul and not have any light.
I'm going to refrain from making an immigrant joke here. And
I won't have any immigrants in my car.
Mexico, and everything is... I mean, people do it all the time.
After what Doug and Stacey said, they can get us goats. Well, they have to be special goats. My goats. I don't want any other goats.
Special goats. They ride the short bus.
But I do want sheep right now, and we haven't had sheep for the last 2 years. Almost 3 years.
Yeah, we got a helicopter over
and
there.
So
under attack.
And so I haven't had the wool that I would like, and we haven't had lamb chops. And so the girls have really missed the lamb chops.
I've missed the lamb chops.
Homestead said you can make a window. U-Haul might not appreciate it. Very true. It's okay, Lori. Lori Family Homestead. Don't worry. He's being serious.
I'm being dead serious.
And they would probably survive as long as it was in the middle of summer. They would probably be just fine. I put them in the front seat. I've done that before. I put goats in the front seat of my car.
My cars, she puts them inside the car.
I do.
But she won't put them in a U-Haul in the back.
I do. I put them in the car when I take them to go get bread, or if they need to go to the vet. I put them inside my car because I think they'll be scared in a trailer.
She pets them, holds their hand, makes sure that they're okay, and said, it's going to be all right. We just go for a little ride.
After what Doug and Stacey said, you can get...
I hold on to them.
Yeah, you do. You hold on to them, don't you? You can get Doug and Stacey sheep. I know, but you guys have Hare sheep, don't you?
See, Lori family came back and says, get the insurance and make the window. Right?
Now, Lori Family Homestead, I'm still waiting on the PDF, the bed video. So Lori Family Homestead, they're putting together a tiny house to travel across the country to get to Idaho. And they're finishing up the inside of their tiny house, and they're going to build a bed their tiny house, and as soon as they have it done, I'm going to copy them. So Brian has to make it simple enough that I can follow it, but I'm super excited about that.
Back to the U-Haul. Katrina Sibley says U-Haul vans. Yes, but those are for local moves only. So I tried to get one, just a van, and none of the companies would rent me just a van, because everything I could fit would be in a thimble that big, you know.
Yeah, he could fit if he was taking the van.
possessions.
If he was taking the van, he could probably fit everything that he was taking. And the Have More Farm just called me a sheep snob. I am. I totally am.
And a goat snob.
I am a goat snob. I'm a rabbit snob. I'm a huge farm snob. I'm so particular. If you're going to put the time into it, if you're going to put the feed into it, you better get something out of it. Mm-hmm. Not that I don't think that Hare sheep are cool. I do think they're cool, but I do love to spin, and so I like to have a multi-animal. People, the sheep that Doug and Stacey have, a lot of people, they suit them better because you don't have to shear them. Their fleece just falls off in clumps at certain points of the year. Well, you don't spin, a Hare sheep is much more economical. Okay, so I know Essential Mountain Homesteading is here. So Josh is here.
Tawana Lynn just showed up. Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
So Josh with Essential Mountain Homestead. The ceiling finished, and now I have enough wood left over to finish trim. And hopefully we can get some rock for him. I wanted to experiment a little bit with a little cob chicken coop here before I left. I don't know if we'll get that done. But go check out Josh on Essential Mountain Homestead. He's getting up some really great cabin videos, how to build a cabin. Round wood, but some of it is dimensional lumber. Has lots and lots of projects that he's working on, and make sure to go check that out. So Oscar with Doug and Stacy is looking forward to Laurie family visit. You guys are like a train depot. It's kind of like with Danny and Wanda. Everybody's in and everybody's out, but they've met everybody there is on YouTube. And Doug and Stacy are starting to get to that point where everybody just kind of travels through and says hi. And we were there with Doug and Stacy. They were incredibly hospitable. Their food is delicious. Their home is amazing. I have to admit that
everybody's was that way.
Everybody's was that way.
Yeah.
But I have to admit,
Danny and Wanda and Doug and Stacy do it.
Like
a lot.
Crazy junkies. They're like, come visit us, junkies. Just come live with us. But a lot of the inspiration for our cabin came from Doug and Stacy. I've always loved the lighting. I've loved that they, I don't know, just their videos at the beginning and seeing how calm and peaceful the light was at night when they would light their candles and light their kerosene lanterns was just so peaceful. And so it's one of the reasons why we don't have lights and power in the cabin, is because I am trying to kind of pull some of that I saw. You know, the people who first inspire you on a project are the ones that you kind of still dream quality about. And I have to admit, we sleep really well at night here. We sleep really, really well. We don't have any electricity in the walls. We don't have electric lights. When it gets dark, we get ready to go to bed and we sleep all night. Sometimes I still have night terrors. He still has to keep me from jumping off the balcony occasionally.
I still get a full bladder.
Well,
and he gets up to go pee, but usually he would be up pacing and not sleeping.
Yeah.
And he doesn't do that anymore. And I do have occasional night terrors, but they don't happen very often.
Well, every single night this week, I keep on waking up.
Really? I think
So,
a little bit of claustrophobia, though. Sorry.
True. So keep on, Gal, jumping in. Wondering what I'm going to school for. So computer nerd, according to, who was it? Computer nerdness, and is actually cybersecurity and forensics, and then I'm doing a second full-time one called what is it, mobile application development, software engineering.
I'm really excited.
Lots of big words.
I'm excited for John. Butterfly, and I am a recluse, a complete. So if I pull hard enough, he doesn't get to see very many people.
Ironically, she has the audience of 60-something thousand now.
But I can do it from my home. I don't have to go anywhere.
Really?
I can run away if I need to.
Dearest,
go find your sister and go outside and play. Okay. I think it's stressful to be here without the electricity and without the lights. Everything starts to calm down at about nightfall. We get our showers in because we don't have electricity. We need to have dinner before it starts to get dark. I don't have.
So, Lori family's asking, John, will you be spying on us and cyber spying? And I'm like, no. You and us post our entire lives with every single detail on YouTube. There's nothing that we keep back.
Little Mountain Ranch made it. Okay, so for those of you who don't know the story, Little Mountain Ranch, they have been in the middle of all those forest fires that are up in Canada right now. And they have had to be offline for a while because they weren't allowed to go back to their property, but they did go back to their property. They had to get like a waiver to be able to go back in. So hopefully Little Mountain Ranch will be giving us some educational videos soon about how to prepare for those kind of things, the wildfires, how to keep your livestock as safe as you can when you're not allowed to have your livestock leave your property. So go check out Little Mountain Ranch and how they've protected their animals, how they've protected their homestead, and how they're dealing with, there's Wholesome Roots. Yes, there's Wholesome Roots. So she has had a lot of goat videos lately.
Looks like visiting Leah's out. So have a good night.
Visiting Leah? I
Visiting
missed
Lee.
that.
Right there. She says I'm out checking. Great night and have a great live show. So thanks for visiting.
Thanks, visiting Lee. Is that Kaya crying?
No. Each other fighting.
Can you go check on that, please?
Sure.
And see if they're poking at each other with sticks.
Can I poke at them with sticks?
No.
Come on, I want to.
Airway is here. Hello. Miss Pickles is here. Swamp Creek Cabin has made it. Did we already see you guys? I didn't notice. So again, Swamp Creek Cabin, we've got like 4 videos coming up in close succession here, because I get so far behind on them, and I lose the thread of the topic. And so lots of Swamp Creek Cabin coming up this next week. So what else? So somebody had asked where the kids sleep. So the kids, they transition between the tent and the loft. They're up in the loft right now, but we have an air mattress for them up there that takes up a lot of the headspace. And I think the girls are actually waking up in the night a little bit from claustrophobia, feeling like they can't get out of the mattress because they can't stand up. And we're used to it by now because we've been sleeping in here most of the time. But when the girls were sleeping up there before, they didn't have that air mattress that was taking up some of the space. So I will be doing some of those videos explaining some of the intricacies of, for instance, being in a loft. In a loft, is there extra space in the loft? Most of your loft. I do think that is why we kind of want to have that couch bed down here in the living room, is to give us access to the wood burning stove at night, and also to put the girls up in the loft that has just a little bit more headspace, and turn the loft that they're in now into just straight storage, so that just a little bit more comfortable. And we don't have a window in that side, just in the one that we sleep in. There's a window on that side.
It has been doing IT.
Where?
For a while. Oh, well, maybe it was a quiet comment. Anyway,
oh, thank you. That's really kind.
Let's see. Are they poking each other with sticks? Wholesome Roots is asking. No, they weren't poking each other with sticks. By that time, they were just on opposite sides of not looking at each other.
Not looking at each other.
Intentionally not looking at each other.
I know that, speaking of the porch.
Michael showed up. Hi, Michael.
Where are you? Oh, hello. I have to tell you, I have been using the editing program so much lately because my iMovie crashed. And I can't tell you how grateful I was to have that other one. I was absolutely, that was a really bad weekend when it crashed. So thank you so much for everything.
Everybody, thank you for everything.
Let's see. Katrina Sibley said you called it storage areas, so didn't know. Yeah, the girls are sleeping up there. We have most of the storage down because most of it was John's. So most of that is now out in the truck. It was mostly yours.
No, it was mostly bedding.
Bedding?
Well,
in the vacuum? The vacuum's yours.
Do I take the vacuum?
I keep protesting to the vacuum. We have this enormous vacuum, like the big shop vac. We have the big shop vac that's bigger than our house. And I'm like, no, we can't keep this.
It keeps the floor clean.
It's enormous.
It's awesome.
It blows breakers.
It sucks the whole floor up in like 40 seconds, and the whole house is clean.
We have one little extension cord to keep the fridge going, and so when you plug the big shop vac into it, it blows. When
you plug anything into it, you have to unplug the fridge.
Yeah. So
and the computers.
It's just enough to run the refrigerator and my computer, and so. I think a smaller vacuum would be fine, like a little tiny vacuum, but I do prefer that it be off grid. I don't like that. No.
Ding, ding, ding. Let me have a word. So Willow Creek Homestead, a broom works amazing. LOL. Yes, but it takes so much more time and effort that it never gets done.
I do it. I do it twice a day.
Occasionally. No.
I do it twice a day. In a lot of dirt.
Yes, there was a lot of dirt yesterday after working on the cook stove, and there's a lot of creosote, and you did sweep.
I swept today twice.
And we should have vacuumed.
So I swept twice today.
We should have just got the vacuum out and plugged it in, and it would have been done. And no creosote.
Anyway, so I don't have a problem if John wants to keep a vacuum in here for occasional use.
Except she wants to get it out.
But that thing is enormous. It's bigger than he is, and we're in a tiny cabin. And on top of that, we have the wood stove all put together. So we have like this enormous wood stove in the middle of this tiny cabin, and then we have this huge shop vac in the middle of the cabin.
Swamp Creek nailed it. We use a shop vac in our cabin. We're great because we are always fighting dirt and sawdust. Exactly. And that's what's going on. That's why I fight to keep it here.
I'm happy as long as
so
it's
the
smaller.
Fight is lost. So the war has been
I want it to be
lost
smaller.
for my end.
I'm okay with the vacuum.
Can get, yes.
I'm okay with the vacuum, but I just want something smaller.
Anyway, No Budget Homestead says to use a blower. We could do that. That would be even faster than the shop vac.
Okay, so Rebecca from Flying BS Farm said you need one of the vacuums Layman's carries. It's not electric. Is that like the one with the little beater that goes like this? And I don't mind using a broom. We did get a carpet today, so that will be interesting. I'm probably going to make the girls go out and beat it. I'll sweep it with the broom most of the time, but then I am going to have them go out and beat it just because I think carpet and rugs are nasty. To sweep a bare floor to keep the dirt off. If you think about it, if you have carpet, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. It grosses me out. Carpet grosses me out. But
all the more reason to have a vacuum.
Are hard on your knees and hard on your feet. So if you don't have a carpet, like if you get down to say prayer at night and you want to kneel down with your kids, nobody wants to kneel down because it hurts their knees. Pioneer where say I have some neat handmade brooms. Did you make them yourself? Let's see. Swamp Creek Cabin said, I wear earplugs and gloves when I use it, though. Haha, I hate the noise. I know, they're so loud. I'm not a noise person. Susan Sullivan said, sweeping stirs up allergens. It probably does. I'm sure that when we lived in our first house, we had hardwood floors. And in the end, I did use a vacuum on them. It just was as easy as sweeping. When we moved into the house we're in now, it has all carpet. And it was white carpet, and so I was vacuuming twice a day. Every 6 months. Huh.
There or here?
And in the big house.
Yeah, in the big house. No, 6 months wasn't. No.
3 months? Every 3 months?
2. Every 8 weeks we would be buying another vacuum.
No, it wasn't that bad.
And then we got we spent and splurged and bought a Dyson, and that thing is still going.
That one was better.
That's been, and that thing sucked up. We know that it picked up things that none of the other vacuums did because it went down. So when we flooded our basement, and
it worked really well. It only flooded like a foot.
Yes, so it flooded in.
Hardly at all.
Put down after it was all done and meshed it in the carpet really good, and then had vacuumed for years after that, going through these 2 month, 8 week. Up, and then we got to that Dyson, and that Dyson, I will give them a free testimonial. That thing picked up probably that much baking soda in the first sweep over it. So
yeah, it was a good vacuum.
It was an awesome vacuum. We should get it back.
Yeah. Willow Creek Homestead said, I hate carpet. Yeah, we should. Is that who has it? Is your parents?
So Grandma and Grandpa dirt. We need that.
There's carpet under the kitchen table. Someday we'll tear it all out. Yeah, exactly. Lori Family Homestead said carpet does not work in Florida. Is that because of the damp, of the moisture?
Mold.
It said Swiffers. Yes. I have not. I use some of those at work, and they work pretty well.
I want to put tile down on the floor here, and so it would be a beautiful sweeping fiesta.
What?
To put tile down in the entire thing, and then you can just.
I know, but then here's the thing: if they decide that we can turn this into a living abode, then we'll have to move it. And when we pick it up, excuse you.
Go out.
When we pick it up to move it, if we have tile in, it'll most likely crack the tile. Almost certainly, it would crack the tile. So I don't really want to put anything in that's going to complain too much if we have to move it a few feet in the other direction. Let's see. Swamp Creek Cabin said, my sister has a Bissell that vacuums and steam mops at the same time. I will get one once we have real flooring in our cabin. Exactly. Well, I'm super excited to see what Swamp Creek does with their cabin. With them for almost 3 days. We spent so much time driving. It's not even funny. It almost wasn't it was more like just a road trip. I went on a road trip so that we could go on a road trip. Perception of distance. When you go on a 14-hour drive, then like a 3-hour drive doesn't feel that much until you get there and you have to make it. I swear we drove for 9 hours and I was only there for 2 days. Me and Robert and Dee Dee. But while we were there, I did get to see the cabin, and it's going to be so cute. And it sounds like maybe at the end they may actually be tearing their own flooring from trees on their property, which I think sounds amazing.
Katrina actually has a good idea. She says just put linoleum down. Hard to find a really good linoleum. And it all kind of looks like a kitchen.
And here's one thing that I will want to like point out is that there are a few things that were chemically based that we did use in the tiny house. Just a few things. And so there were just a few things that I did use that were chemical based. One was paint in the lofts because there's OSB on the floor of the loft and it was very, very prickly. So I put deck paint right next to the window. So I put deck paint that's supposed to be low VOC, the loft, and it cut down. We don't get slivers on it anymore, but it off gases. And I have noticed, especially when it gets warm up there, that it off gases a lot. And then we also have the plastic from the, what are they called, air mattresses. And so when it gets warm up there, it creates this little pocket of noxious chemical gases that you can't, it just stays there and it never goes away.
Which is why we should put a box fan in here.
And it blows the breaker every time it blows the breaker.
The fan has never blown the breaker. The only thing that has blown the breaker has been the big
it was just on when the breaker flipped.
When you have the fridge and the miter saw and your computer going and 150 feet across and the neighbors are using a whole bunch of wattage already. But again, since we're unplugging a fridge for anything anyway,
you can't unplug it all night.
No, but you plug that in and you can still run the fan with that. I promise you.
Anyway, so the point is we do have a few chemical things in, and I have noticed a difference with them. Based, anything chemical based in a tiny house, it makes a huge, big house. The air moves more, the air walks through your house more, and in a tiny house you don't get as good ventilation. And so if you have chemical sensitivities, if I had it to do over again, I would do it the same way, because they were real problems that we were trying to solve, and we solved them inexpensively. But if I could have figured out a way to not do that, I don't know what the solution would have been for slivers on the floor upstairs.
The slivers?
Yeah, on the OSB.
Tear out the OSB.
Tear out that we could have
sleep on the rafters.
Oh, well, that would have been interesting.
Well, hang hammocks.
in the 3 feet of headspace, hang a hammock. So
well, no, you get more headspace because you'd have no floor, so you sleep through the rafters.
That's true. Our butts could stick through the top of the kitchen.
Right. Be fine.
So I do see that in housing situations, the cheap, easy way, you go and then you look back afterwards and you're like, eh. We did the same thing with the insulation. We got the cheapest insulation. We got the pink insulation, and it bothered us for 2 weeks until I got plastic and fabric up to hold the little shardy bits that were trying to come out. Until I got that covered up, it was bothering our lungs. It was bothering our eyes. It might still be bothering us. I don't know.
Danielle Hogan is talking about the OSB. She says MDF doesn't sliver. That's a good point. The marine density fiberboard. It's
oh, I've seen that. Yeah. I've seen somebody do some projects with that.
Super good stuff.
And it comes in different colors too, I think.
Maybe. So, let's see. Sand it and then paint it. Yeah. Well, we did paint it, and it painted enough to.
Yeah. No slivers. There's no slivers anymore. But the paint outgasses. Even though it's meant to be low VOC, even low VOC, low volatile organic compounds, it's still has nasty in it, just a lower amount.
Danny and Wanda just showed up.
Hey, we love you. One of the few cookbooks that I keep in my life is the cookbook from Deep South Homestead, and our absolute favorite food that I would cook every day of my life if I had the right ingredients here in the frigid northwest was cooked at Deep South Homestead. So if you haven't seen their cookbook, you have got to go get it.
Wait, which one was that? Right.
The collard greens. The collard greens, and what was the other one? And Danny did a pecan crusted deer venison. Do you remember that one?
And
the pink eye purple whole peas.
Best meal ever.
Best food. They also have books on how to grow sweet potatoes really well. And I'm supposed to plant a garden of seeds from Deep South Homestead and see how they turn out. And yet we never got the cabin finished as quickly as I wanted to. And I never got, so hopefully those seeds will survive until I can do them next year in Oklahoma. They'll make it in Oklahoma. I'm not sure they would have made it in Idaho. Anyway.
Thank you, Sharon Brown.
So for any of you who want to try not just Southern cooking, but amazing general all-around cooking from things like food storage.
You said everything great about Danny, and it's Wanda. Hi, Wanda.
Well, what's wrong with Wanda?
Nothing. It was just like, oh,
she's the one who did all the cooking.
I agree.
So, and then Wanda also has Crazy Days, is a new channel that she has started. Crazy Days, D-A-Z-E. Yeah. So make sure to go check that out. See. Homestead the Pioneer Way said the cabin's looking good. One of the things we want to do.
Actually, they said the cabin is looking gook.
Gook. I think it does look more gook than good. Oh, let's see. I saw the girls on a video the other day. They're just beautiful and so helpful around the house for you. They are. We have been working really hard to train them up to not be bored. That they have useful tasks every day. They have school, and then they can do useful play things, useful learning, rather than we don't have a TV in the house. We do listen to audiobooks, and thankfully Paige has started to get her little nose in a book. She's reading The Boxcar Children right now. What?
They said they have a pink eye purple whole pea sheller video coming out tomorrow.
Oh, I love that.
So everybody go tune in.
There we go. Deep South Homestead just spelled it. Crazy Days. Thank you. Crazy spelling.
Right?
So
yes, sir.
Who said that last, that they think it looks good? Okay, so Homesteading the Pioneer Way. I want to change about the inside of the cabin right now is we do have some extra OSB that Josh from Essential Mountain Homesteading brought us. Put this wall behind us. And then I want to plaster it and put straw on it, like an old-timey way of decorating your walls. My grandma had that in her house, and I loved it. The reason I want to do this is because with the staircase where it is, it blocks the natural light from that side of the cabin so that we have quite a dark corner here. And so if I can make it pretty with the OSB, heavy, and then put the straw on it, then hopefully it will reflect some of that light back into the cabin and make this a little bit friendlier. The tin reflects light back in a bad way for the camera, which is why I have all this fabric behind me here. A white plaster wall would actually look really nice. Let's see. Somebody just asked me about the Homesteaders of America conference. What did you say, Wholesome? Dirtpatcheaven, are you going to Homesteaders of America conference? That one in Virginia. Willow Creek Homestead said, I think a TV breeds boredom. Well, it turns my kids into horrible little zombies.
Nasty, mean little children that they're becoming. They're great kids, but about 45 minutes.
My Sam. Oh, Willow Creek Homestead said, my Sam, who is 7, would like me to announce he is holding a bunny. I wish we had bunnies, and then the girls could come and show that they could be holding bunnies too, but our bunnies are out in the backyard in the renter's house. Sharon Brown asked, are you going to use the large stove?
It'd be nice if we could.
I don't think we're going to. I have it up on Craigslist and on Facebook right now. The reason is it's not too huge for the cabin to have 16 feet of draft in order for it to draft correctly, to have enough pull. And so there's no way for us to get that kind of draft in the cabin. And so we have to sell it. No, you're fine. Just take off your shirt, honey. Less warm.
WT.
Okay.
Between the camo hat and the wife beater shirt, that would just not be okay.
So Wholesome Roots said yes, Virginia in October. I wasn't planning on it. I don't like conferences with big crowds of people.
Back to the introvert hermit.
Very introverted. I don't mind large groups if I'm speaking in front of them.
Going, but
people.
Right.
Like he'll sit there and schmooze and just chill, and I would have to like interact with people.
Well, I think that would be interacting. I like.
Oh, that's a good idea. Bert Skelton said, glue drop cloth fabric to the OSB. That is a good idea. One thing I've seen is, what is it called? It is called burlap. I've seen it done with burlap, and it turned out really pretty. Just to glue burlap to the OSB.
Lori Family said, check into cubic mini wood stoves. We have, actually. They are cute little stoves. There's a lot of little boat stoves like that around the Pacific Northwest. Dad has one in his trailer.
Barry's dad does?
Yes. That's a little stove, about like yay big. Yep, just tiny.
We've looked into stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Some of them would cost as much as what we could sell our stove for now. Is we're wanting to sell this stove so that we can turn around and get a less expensive tiny stove to put in. It'd be nice if we could put it back in the house and the renters could use it, but it is too dangerous for people that aren't home all the time. It is one, because you cook with it, it's a little bit more intricate. We have had some chimney fires in it. And so a stove like that, I think, is something that it just requires some babysitting, I guess is the way to put it.
It has a learning curve.
Hitchhiker said something about being addicted. Hitchhiker said something about he found YouTube through his television and now he's addicted. I'm quite addicted to YouTube, to tell you the truth. If I wasn't making my living on it, I would need to go into therapy because it's a big deal, huh? I'm quite addicted.
I put my foot in that bear trap. How exactly? The shiny object right there, and you know.
Wholesome Roots said, "I would love to meet you guys if you go." You know, I would love there. We didn't go to we didn't get any further north than Georgia, and then we went straight west. And so, well, I guess we had a little blip where we went and saw Doug and Stacy, but other than that, we went straight west. And so we haven't seen any of the Northeast. So we'll have to see. Yeah. We'll have to see how it goes.
People.
Oh.
Angie the Caver's wife. We got to go see.
Mm-hmm. Susan Sullivan. Wait. Susan said something about burlap. Sullivan said burlap has micro mini crap that falls off also, so it would shed. Laurie Family Homestead said they're on sale now. Ask for a sponsorship. You know, I'm not very good at that. Doug and Stacy, they are so stinking good. Companies and saying, hey, we'd like to do a giveaway, that kind of thing. I'm not good at it. I am not a salesman. I am a farmer. John is much better.
No, John tried doing the same.
Well, but talking to people. I'm too straightforward, and I'm just like are you interested or no? and sometimes you have to be able to like talk to people more, and I'm not like that. I wish I was. Quake Lake is here. Yeah, I said I mostly watch YouTube too when trying to kill time. I hardly watch Netflix anymore. I got those mostly for him. Wait, Laurie Family said something. Holstemer said, come back to Georgia and see us, LOL. You know, we loved Georgia.
Yes.
It was just cool enough after being in Florida that it felt like we could breathe. It wasn't so humid. And then Be Not Slothful, which is one of my favorite channels. They're out there too. They're doing amazing things with rabbits and with frugality. I was Rachel because she's so incredibly frugal. I look at her and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm so Rachel.
Again, the bear trap.
So good. She's so good. She like picks things up off the side of the road. Not that I don't, because I do. Like a lot of our firewood.
Turkey.
We did do some roadkill butchering, but that was Trish. So if you want to see homeschooling stuff, go see Just So Trish. But I love, I don't know, I know so many amazing people on YouTube. I wonder if that's why it's so addictive, is because to watch all the amazing things that people are doing just blows my mind. Somebody said put glue on top of the, okay, too fast. Hold on, guys, I can't read it. Okay, Betsy Oman said paint or do some kind of glue on top of the burlap. That's a good idea. The Pioneer Way said, I have lived in the tiny house for almost 2 years and have changed things around a few times. And that's what we found. We've been here for 4 months. 3 months in the actual tiny house. So we were in an RV before, so this house feels palatial. It's amazing. We've been in this house for 3 months, and we keep changing things. Not huge, but little shifts, and we keep getting rid of stuff. Like we'll move the bookcase 6 inches that way, or I'll move the dishwashing.
And it feels like such a great, huge change in such a little house. Yeah. So
right now, the big change we made was to bring the wood burning stove in and then not hook it up.
Right,
so,
which costs even more square footage. Now every other change is that much more.
Yeah,
amplified.
We have no square footage right now because that huge wood stove and the huge shop vac vacuum. Not that we really need it. We don't have much stuff.
Say you got a whole storage loft up there.
Homestead the Pioneer Way say you wait. Homestead, you keep saying things. Homestead the Pioneering Way say you stayed in my hubby's family's tiny house.
Is that the one in Georgia?
Was that the one in Georgia? Which we've been in so many tiny houses now. Which one?
Hit the blue arrow.
I don't want to hit the blue arrow.
Never get their response.
Susan Sullivan said staple cloth on the walls. I have done that to hold the insulation back, and I'm going to do it on the ceiling up in the girls' sleeping loft. I'm scared to do it down here.
You're never going to see their responses.
Fine. Quake Lake Homestead said, DPH, I can't believe you've been in it for 3 months already. In the beginning, it was freaking cold. It was May.
It was in Idaho, May and June, which means
it was freezing.
Cold. July, it finally warms up to kind of nice weather.
Yeah. We had 4 blankets under us, and then we didn't freeze. And we had like 8 blankets on top of us so that we wouldn't freeze. And then we were still huddled next to each other like we're going to die. And we had bags underneath and on top of the girls. They seemed to do a little better because they were not on an air mattress. The air mattress meant that it was hard to insulate yourself from the cold air of the air mattress. We had them on sleeping bags on the floor of the loft, and they seemed to stay a lot warmer. Propane in here. We were afraid to run the propane at night. Heater we were just a little afraid to do that. So we didn't turn the propane on, but think about it. It was May and June, but it's Idaho, so we had snow.
Translation.
It was so cold.
Idaho's cold.
It was so cold.
And it's great for growing rocks.
Love my state. Okay, I missed something else.
I don't mind my state. I'm just going to call it the way it is.
Laurie family. Would you stop? Would you stop?
No, think of the rock farm we have. It's a beautiful rock farm.
I've turned it into something amazing. It's a beautiful place. I work so hard on it.
Idaho equals the Arctic. Yes.
Laurie family.
Thank you, Willow Creek. Amen.
Oh, goodness. Laurie Family Homestead said, it's amazing how small you can live and be happy. Family matters and stuff, not so much. I feel like we've really found that has been amazing. We have gone to the lake more this year. For one thing, we don't have air conditioning, so we can't handle the heat in the cabin when we have a really hot day. So we go take a break and we go to the lake, or we go into town to visit family. Air conditioning either, but their house is bigger and it's well insulated, and so it's cooler than ours is. So we go and visit Grandma and Grandpa. And family thing, not just trying to escape from the heat, but it's a fun family thing. We've gone and visited more than we have any other year that we've been married. What? I don't want to hit the blue button.
The blue button.
No.
Your comments are not going to be there, and you're going to miss.
Stop. I'm trying to read it. Sharon Brown.
is like
Sharon
90
Brown, are
seconds
you going
long.
to okay to visit John while he's away at school? Well, we're going to follow him. As soon as the cabin is finished and all the ends are tied up with the renters, whether we do an Airbnb or not, we need to tie things up for the renters, put the watering away at the end of the year, sell goats if we can't take them. If we can't get a trailer, then I have to sell most of the goats. They want.
See, Wanda's got it. Come back to Mississippi, John. Amen. My favoriteest, statist.
Why? Are you in trouble?
No. Stay south where it's warm and there's no rocks.
Oh, gotcha. I loved Mississippi.
Things.
Oh my gosh. Mississippi was amazing and is wonderful. The bad thing is I was editing the whole time I was there. Left that bedroom.
Real quick.
And so Lori, I didn't get to go hang out.
Lori family says would love to be cold. She's been sweating for 15 years. You know, now just imagine all that sweat freezing and it becoming a giant meat locker. And that's every building, every structure will become a meat locker for you when you move up here.
Okay. Susan said, do not glue the fabric. You can take it down, wash it, and use it for something else. So if I don't glue it, should I just use staples? Because I have a staple gun. And I do have some stinking cute fabric that I just bought. It was like 20 yards for $6 at the thrift store. I was so excited. It's so cute. Homesteading the Pioneer Way said, yes, in Georgia we have a place close by. Go there often. Really? So was it the last place we stayed that was like our favorite place with the cute little kitchen?
Well, thanks, Roscoe. Someone.
What?
This is as good as anything on TV right now. That either speaks really highly of us or poorly of TV. Judging what's on TV, maybe it speaks lowly of us.
I know. Homesteading the Pioneer Way said, see, either we just open the, and most days we're good. We'll open the windows. We'll keep the door shut, but we'll open the windows, and it stays
Guys,
really cool. Admit it.
Everybody, just
it
so you
cool.
know. No, I'm gonna sidebar here. Just so you know, she moves the comments up like 10 minutes ago, and then she'll leave it there. So all the comments that you're typing in right now, we're never going to see them.
Okay, so admit it. We have been amazed at how cool it stays, as long as it's not like up in the hundreds.
When there's a fan to put in the window?
No.
Yes.
Even on a normal day, that it's really bearable, and you walk in here and it's quite a bit cooler.
I can admit it's tolerable in here.
It is tolerable, which is what we kind of aim for.
But again, any comments you're typing right now, guys?
Oh,
sorry,
stop.
we can't keep up the conversation because it stalled 10 minutes ago.
Oh, stop! Shush!
See,
you're ruining it.
The blue button.
Okay, then let me read and stop talking.
I don't know. It was 10 minutes ago. It was old conversation.
Okay, fine. Stop. Okay, Homestead the Pioneer Way say if they known we were going to Mississippi, they would have met us somewhere.
Well.
Okay,
we're going to
Bert
Oklahoma.
Skelton.
We're mostly there anyway.
Bert Skelton said, check if U-Haul has horse trailers. That's a good idea. But our van can't haul a horse trailer. We have to get a specific van, a specific trailer that is small enough that our van can haul it. That's the other caveat, is that our truck is old and falling apart. Trailer, which is fine. All of that is fine. But
it sounds fine.
You're
telling yourself over
we need
how fine it is.
I know, sometimes
fine.
I'm like, why did we do that? Why didn't we keep
could
all that
hay
stuff?
In that thing, but it's fine. I sold it.
But we were trying to transition, remember?
Yes.
We were trying to transition from having this big, huge on to transition to smaller things that I could do by myself without having the big trailer and everything, right? Snarky.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Exactly that's a good idea. Susan Sullivan said staple strips of trim. That is a great idea. Laurie Family Homestead said, we came from New Hampshire and are used to the snow and cold. I'm so excited when they get here, except we won't be here when they get here. Family Homestead is going to have to come and make like this huge dip instead of going like straight. Yeah, because they're going up. They could go up and hit Oklahoma and then continue up. But don't go through Colorado. You guys saw even Justin Roads. They overheated. Yeah, you don't want to go through Colorado.
Denver. Place to drive in.
Yeah, everybody, if you have anything you're hauling.
Now understand, all the people we've met.
But the roads and the mountains. There was still. It was awful and very scary.
Incident. In fact, one of Todd Cottle. Todd, are you there? Shout out. He actually said it because he lives over in Colorado. He says the reason they legalized pot was to get people to chill out on the roads.
Yeah, so. Exactly. No Budget Homestead said, don't make me turn this stream around.
Mm-hmm.
Are we fighting too much?
I don't know.
We're holding hands. We're holding hands while fighting.
Well, she grabbed my hand and squeezes it in anger.
I do not. I poke your chest.
Right.
I don't poke your hand. Okay, Roscoe, someone said, what school are you going to? Quick, quick, if you want us to keep up with the comments, quick.
I'm going in Tulsa. I'll leave it there.
Deep South Homestead said, you guys are being normal. I love to see you two together. Well, you won't see it much longer. Well, here at the end. Here at the end. Fond farewells. Poke you.
For what? We're buffering again. Do you want to hand me the phone?
Yeah, exactly. Sunny DIY said, remember seeing that video and I kind of laughed, not at their bad luck, just that Colorado seems to be the black hole for vehicles. It really is. If you're pulling anything, if you're towing anything, if you're in anything old,
slow.
When we did it, it was, I can't believe we did it. I was the one who drove. Stop it.
Give me the phone.
No, honey, it has to be here.
No, it's got to go this way.
It has to be able to breathe.
Go.
Right here.
And we will hope that it doesn't buffer.
I was the one who drove through Colorado when we hit those big passes, and we were in the RV. It's going to die. If
we got 1 minute left till our stream is done, but
okay. So I was the one driving. We went 20 miles an hour the whole way, and we didn't vapor lock once.
No, we were going 20. 30. Yeah, on the top of the peak.
Right.
And then it was all downhill from there, literally.
Yeah.
But,
so we
hit 55, but people are passing us at 90, easily 100. Snow's on the ground, kind of in where was that?
Vail.
Vail, yeah, Breckenridge and Vail. That's the ski towns that are down there. Beautiful area. Snow, and people are just like you would not believe. So scary.
We vapor locked when we got to Denver, but we didn't vapor lock in the mountains, which was true wonderful blessing, grace from God, because we would have died. Sullivan said, haha, try that after 37 years of marriage, LOL. Essential Mountain Homestead said, Mister, please don't go.
Yeah, I know, right?
He's gonna miss you.
He is gonna miss me. I missed. Oh, thanks, Josh.
No, but Joe Homestead said, separation just makes the reuniting even more sweet. Well, and we're used to talking on the phone from when we first started dating.
That was 12 years ago.
That was 11 years ago.
And it was for 8 weeks. And I don't think we're used to it.
Well, but you
used to it? No.
So John used to work 12-hour days when he was at FedEx. Home for like 45 minutes in the morning, and then he'd be home and be like maybe have an hour and a half at night before he'd go to bed. So we didn't see much, but I would talk to him on the phone during his lunch breaks when you were in between working, not when he was in his truck, because you can't talk on your phone in the truck. But we would actually talk quite frequently on the phone throughout the day because we just didn't see each other. I think phone conversations and that kind of thing have always been kind of a big part of our relationship.
Swamp Creek cabin's out.
Except for the last John's been home. Where are they?
Swamp Creek cabin, gotta go.
See ya.
So see you guys.
Homesteading the Pioneer Ways said, I only watch a few channels and you are one. Oh, thank you. That is really sweet.
I'm getting lots of well wishes right now for you who see it on the replay. And so thank you guys, all of you.
Okay, Sunny DIY said, Texas and Oklahoma, the ants are psycho-aggressive. Alabama, it's so-so, but Texas and Oklahoma, they will go out of their way to get you. In Texas, it was all from little to big ants.
Yeah. And so we did the fire ants in Florida. And
I never got bit.
The bite over here is way worse than the fire ants in Florida. For there, that bite sticks with you for like a month as it heals up and scabs and gets nasty.
Little ants here, but they're not pervasive.
Yeah, they don't come at you
the same way. Unless you stand in the, yeah. I don't know. I didn't like the fire ants. I never sat down on the ground in Florida because I don't like bugs. DIY said.
Thank you, Sunny. Thanks.
Are you getting what kind of spiders, Willow Creek? Because we have some amazing spiders here. Like they're this big and they're yellow, and they have like the jointed digits, so they look really cool. And we also have the hobos.
She hates bugs. They look really cool.
They look really cool though. Yeah, don't care.
Right.
Samantha Goff said, and don't forget the seed ticks, size of a flake of pepper. Are you saying that's in Oklahoma? Ticks.
Chiggers? Fire ants.
Oh no!
Bite all at once. Oh yeah, that would be miserable. But we always, well, we had 4. I don't know. I had a couple dozen bites all over my legs, Lori. Yeah, it didn't seem bad, other than the horrible marks.
We get critters here. It's why I always wear pants. I always wear pants, whether they're like stretch pants under a dress or whatever. I never have bare legs in the summer. Never. Because of a lot of critters that bite. I don't know what to call them. It's not like they're something that stays on you a lot, but every time I walk through the tall grass, I get bit by something. Right. So I always wear pants.
Aardvark's back.
Hey, Aardvark, you missed the whole thing. Yes, we're actually a few minutes over. Samantha Goff said essential oils work great against them. Lynn said the only spiders or snakes I like are the dead ones. I don't know if we have chiggers here or not. I know there's supposed to be a little thing that I know we have something in our, like, even in our low grass in town, that if you go out in shorts, you have a tendency to get bit by things. But usually it's one of the reasons I shower is
well, there's a few reasons.
It's one of the reasons is because I do get bugs in my clothes and I do want to wash them off. One of
the few reasons, but she does shower in the summer.
Adventurous Aardvark, that is an interesting request. No.
Essie?
What happened? Oh, are you backing up? Are you backing up?
No, are you backing up? He is asking if we need any help, if any local Idahoans. If you would like to, email us, dirtpatcheaven@gmail.com. I'm sure next year we could always use a little bit of help. Next summer. So.
Right now,
no, I was not backing up.
Right now, it's more about like up. My dad thinks we should build a little off the side of the cabin that's still attached and put the wood burning stove in it. And that would probably, but would we still have a long enough draft?
16 feet from no matter what burning you're using, because I mean it'll vary a little bit, but you do have to still have some height.
Yeah. So I don't. At this point, I'm trying to kind of consolidate and pull things in, but I do need help building a goat chicken coop. So yes, you could totally email us. I could totally use help.
Homesteading the Pioneer Way. Sprinkle borax over the anthills area when they eat it, they will explode. That's interesting.
Aardvark, I missed your sassy, slightly obnoxious comments all night. Aardvark says, if you take a shower outside, do you get more bugs than you get rid of? Sometimes, yes.
Yes, many times. About as often as not.
It's why you run from the shower to the cabin. You don't hesitate and look at trees. You don't get to the cabin so nothing else can get on you. Seriously. Antry said, LOL, I was just going to ask you about the wood stove. So we don't have enough ceiling to be able to put the stove in this little cabin. It just is not tall enough. We cannot get enough pipe. So if we put in a wood stove, it needs to be a tiny one that doesn't need that.
Yeah. And the firebox in the wood stove is more square footage than the entire cabin is.
Yeah.
So
it's just too big. There's no way for it to work. It's just too big. But we did get it put back together so that we can take pictures to put them on Facebook.
Willow Creek nailed it. John needs to check you for ticks after your shower. Yes.
Actually, I'm the one that checks for ticks. John is squeamish about that kind of thing.
I'm not squeamish.
You are totally squeamish.
Just like,
it's a bug! It's a bug! Get it off me! Get it off me!
Whatever. You just mentioned it to the world.
I don't like bugs, but I will touch them to get rid of them. Scream like a little girl. Come get it!
only when it's a poisonous spider running down my leg. And years ago, and you'll never let that one go, huh?
Oh, I don't understand what Have More Farm said. Okay, Adventurous Aardvark said streaking. No, not streaking. You put your clothes on first.
You put the clothes on mid-run to the cabin, jumping into your pants between strides.
Bye, Rich. Thanks for coming in. Country said way too big. LOL.
Yeah,
it's just enormous.
Rich.
But we're not willing to store it out in storage where it could get rained on anymore. We really do need to store. Either we need to store it in the little cabin while we're gone, or we need to sell it to get rusty.
In here. The thing that the truth that we're starting to come to, because everybody is telling us, is we're probably not going to be able to Airbnb it this time around. Something else. So.
Sunny DIY said, Mikey, his thing is bees. He is terrified of bees and wasps. I'm scared of spiders. I handle the bees, relocating them, and he handles the spiders.
Mm-hmm.
There was a beehive in the wall of the house next to us when we were in Tulsa, and that was so cool.
Stove. It's for sale.
For half the price of what you pay for at retail.
Right. Actually, less than that now that we looked at it all.
Oh, Roscoe, someone said Oklahoma today, the state Supreme Court tossed out the new cigarette tax. Now the state has to come up with $220 million. Whoa.
It's a good thing we're not going to be residents.
Yeah, so. Right.
Let's see.
Angie's Pantry said, I can store it in my kitchen. LOL.
Yeah, right.
Right? How much should we just spend to get the back replaced?
How much? 300 and about 280. So it was a lot more spendy.
Oh my goodness. We should have just ordered it and had to ship it.
I agree, but we got a much more heavy duty one than the factory puts on now. So heavy duty, we had to do some customizing.
Oh no. Rich Assay said, that's a whole new channel, Dirt Patch Nudist channel.
Right.
Well, my parents would have thought that of me. Back in my early 20s.
Right, I'm sure that it's so far-fetched now.
It was funny. My dad used to just kind of turn his head and try to steer my brother's friends away to the.
And then she got married, and that all went away.
But I also didn't shower ever. Like I never showered. I was trying to see how long you could go. So there was like that double-edged thing of, yeah, I was running around in a swimsuit all the time, but I didn't ever shower because I was experimenting with how long you could go. But my hair was all butch. My hair was like 1.5 inches long, and I lived in a swimsuit because I was always building something out of mud. Really, your kind of girl?
We should try and find out.
You want me to cut my hair that short again?
Hair, roll around in the mud, never take a shower.
Yeah, right. The Have More Farm said, I couldn't be a nudist. I was in my 20s. I didn't have responsibilities. It was okay to be covered in insect bites and sunburned all the time. The Have More Farm said, don't sell it. You may not be able to replace it. Well, we definitely couldn't replace it. There's no way we could find as good a deal as what we got on it again.
That was like the 1 in a trillion.
Okay, No Budget Homestead said, we got to go, guys. Need to check the inside of my eyelids. Good night, y'all, from Alabama. John, No Budget Homestead has left the stream. Thank you. Quake Lake Homestead said, I missed the part about you leaving the homestead. I came in too late. John is going to school in Oklahoma, and we will be following him shortly.
Mm-hmm. I already admits not wearing bras. Now she's running around naked in the homestead.
That was in my 20s. That was in my 20s. Not anymore. I'm an adult. I don't do that anymore. John asks me why I don't do that anymore, and the reason is I am a grown woman.
I don't ask why you never shower. Right. That's what
I totally shower.
Ask why you never showered.
Quake Lake Homestead said, what is the price for your princess? We don't have a princess. We have the Elmira Flame View.
I think.
Fire View.
Yes.
Elmira Fire View, because it has those side propane attachments, which makes it super cool. Okay.
Right. Have More Farm. You're still in your 20s. Yeah, right.
Who said that?
Have More Farm.
My 20s. That was 27, not 27. That was 17 years ago. Let's see. What did you say? Okay, Adventurous Aardvark said they are staying in Oklahoma forever. Yes.
The question mark.
I think he was answering the question for somebody else.
Oh, gotcha.
Homestead the Pioneer Way said, good night, no budget. Yes, good night. The Have More Farm said, you could up your subs if you dress that way again. Also be sunburned and bit by insects again. I'm not sure the trade-off is worth it. Angie's Pantry said, you can build a shed for yourself. Yes, we could, but the thing is we need a longer draft. And so our house currently is not tall enough to have that tall of a draft.
Yeah, we need a 16-foot draft plus 4 feet taller than anything within an 8-foot radius around it. So we would be looking at a
flagpole at the top of our house.
20-foot chimney. Yeah, that would be huge.
A 20-foot chimney. And our cabin is only 10 feet.
It's 15 feet tall, but 20 feet from 4 feet high, it'd be 24 feet high.
Yeah, it would be a flagpole. Yeah, it would be a flagpole.
We'd be able to put the American flag, and then the Idaho State flag, and then the Gadsden flag, and then turn around and
Yankee flag.
Possibly a Southern flag. Southern flag. Stars and bars below that. Why not? And they would all be huge.
Rich asked, you did a whole video on your anti-bra situation. It's all coming into focus. Yes, I have a very strange life, and I videoed it. Why would I do that?
We're all along for the ride.
Yep, we're all along for the ride. Sorry, I'm late. I was watching Rihanna Del Cid play music. I don't know who that is. Quake Lake Homestead said, price of it anyway. I think we're asking $3,200.
Right, yep. Retails right now with
6,500 is retail.
With the ads and everything, 69, I think is what it is.
Yeah, because we have the chrome, we have the propane side attachment, we have the back shielding, we have the pipe that goes with it.
Go look, it's elmirastoveworks.com.
Yeah, and it's an amazing cook stove, and if we could get away with it, we would, but it does not need this stove.
Yeah, 2,000 square feet overheat.
Yeah, we were at 85 degrees all winter, every winter. It heated the whole house.
And then we discovered the south. So we're like, there's a better option than.
Oh, Willow Creek said, my 4-year-old thinks she's dying. I better go. Okay, thanks, Willow Creek. Willow Creek Homestead said, my mom having some mom time on the computer is simply not allowed. It's so true. I'll have to go look. I always love to see indie music. So Rihanna Del Cid, I'll have to go look her up. Bert Skelton said 12'6" plus 4.
What is a 16.5-foot chimney? So, and it may be right. I'm just trying to judge by the radius, because the way that the roof is radiused, the chimney, if it goes up one side, that is, maybe we'll put 45-degree angles, and then it'll look all goofy. So I don't know. Let's be honest. Right. The homesteading, yeah. Homesteading is cool.
Homesteading is cool. Is that not what you guys show up for? Oh. Somebody else say that to me once before. They're like, yeah, I don't come to watch for the homesteading. It's because you look at the camera in a certain way. And I'm like, then I'm supposed to look. Anyway, sorry, it's very sad. It's very sad for me when people tell me they don't come to see for the homesteading. Craziness. Let's see. Willow Creek Home said, you will miss it when they grow up and move. Husband and I are empty nesters. Sex most of the time. Oh, I'm sorry. My mom feels like she'll never be an empty nester. There's 7 of us, and the youngest is in his 20s, but we keep extended visits, and I think my parents feel like they'll never be free.
So Rich is talking about his 3-year plan in kind of in our area.
Which area?
Is it still going to be in Idaho, or is it over in Wyoming? So. Let's see. Oh, Angie's Pantry. Oh, not us. Okay.
Aardvarks. I'm not picking on aardvarks. Think to aardvarks?
I don't know. Were you staring at the camera wrong?
Oh, that's right. I was. I forgot about that. I did. I stared at the camera wrong. Sorry. Short attention span. Up on end, then addition for kitchen. Explain that a little better. Up on end, then the addition for kitchen.
Oh. I thought I knew, but. Oh. See Deep South. I've got their dirt fix tonight. Thanks. So yeah, we miss you guys too. Hoping everything's good, but.
What happened?
Not repeating, because if he finds houses, man.
That is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful area.
Beautiful areas. areas.
Fantastic. The first one you said, there's nothing like driving down out of the hills down into that area. It is the best farmland. It is beautiful.
In fact, the last time we saw that, we were coming back from Oklahoma from the trip.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And the second one you said,
right at sunrise, and it was raining.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Beautiful.
Very tired. The second one that you said is beautiful, but they have a lot of bears. Lots of bears there. Little wild cats and other things that will eat all of your chickens.
Yes.
Katrina Sibley said, I got thrown from the nest. Nester syndrome. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Was it a good thing or a bad thing? Have more farms said, go north of them, Rich. They live in a desert. It's very true.
No, see, actually, the east is the better of the two areas in the two that he mentioned.
By Victor?
If he goes north of us, that's
yeah, don't go direct. You have to go way north of us if you go north of us.
You have to go clear up to Essential Mountain Homesteads area and to get back into the forest. Otherwise, you're down here in the desert.
Anyway, Idaho lingo, Idaho, Wyoming lingo. You have to be picky. In our areas, in the Rockies, you either have like desert valleys or you have like timbered valleys, and those timbered valleys are good.
Your mountain cliff.
And then if you go way far north up to like Coeur d'Alene area, you have like these beautiful rolling hills and they get more rain. But they're more liberal than we are down here. So you know, but everybody thinks there's skinheads up there, and I've never seen a skinhead up there. Doug is pretending he's dying, LOL. Oh my goodness, rescue him.
I could go shave my head and we could go up there again.
Hi guys, not to worry. Single parenting is just about spacing out your priorities. Don't do it all in one day. I think that's really good advice. I think that's really what it's going to come down to. I think physically we can handle it just fine. We don't have this huge house to manage. My parents are really close. We have lots of friends around here that can help, but I think we're going to miss him.
Yeah, Rich just said it. We went out to Driggs. Too snobby. Yes, they're close enough to Jackson right there that you just. There are the other places that you mentioned. I don't know if you want me to mention the towns or not. Let me know. But either of the other two, everybody's pretty much mellow and
Subaru. Everybody drives a Subaru in Driggs.
Yes. But
the locals are good.
No, that is the locals too, because the locals have been taken over by the snob.
It's expensive to live there.
It's like a suburb of Jackson, Wyoming.
Yeah.
Basically, I mean, there's a big mountain in the way that they have to go over, but it's a suburb of Jackson, and so everybody just. Well, I'm just so important. In fact, the phrase "we're from Jackson" is heard around here quite a lot because they want a lot of free crap. Seriously.
What are you talking about?
We're from Jackson. Are you sure that there's just no way you can fit us in? No, we're booked full tonight. No. We're from Jackson. And so that same mentality passes into Driggs.
Enough.
Sorry.
Driggs is beautiful. Victor is even prettier. Let's see. I'm at the point now that I haven't. Oh, that sounds really sad. I am so sorry, Katrina. Deep South Homestead said, LOL, Angie, we have a greenhouse for the winter, but we haven't been having any winter for the past 2 years. If you want to see an amazing watering system, go see what Deep South Homestead has done with their watering for their greenhouse. Simple and so elegant, and composting in big like pots, big tree pots, and they compost into that, and then they put their garlic in and other amazing things like moringa trees, or what was the other one? Did they put a banana tree in? Was that the other thing? Bananas in the pots? I want to see an amazing,
bananas in the pots,
well used farm. Go see Deep South Homestead. They're amazing. If I don't throw his bone at least 3 times a night for him, then chase him around the room. Too funny. Let's see. Vinangus last name said 100-pound LP tank and air horn will keep the bears away. My grandma used to have, and they lived up in Pinedale, Wyoming, and she had to take one with her every time she walked her dog because there's grizzlies up there. They have a paw print as big as a dinner plate. They're huge. Let's see.
So Rich, okay, he says it's okay. We can mention his other places. Yes, Swan Valley was absolutely amazing. Sun Valley is the one you want to stay out of. Okay, but it's desert. And Over the Hill in Driggs. Well, we've already gone there, so.
Andy's Pantry said, I get my coffee and smokes, watch Deep South Homestead, Dirtpatcheaven, and Linda's Pantry every day. I love that. People, when I get up in the morning, I have to like keep myself away from the computer for a few hours. Otherwise, I just get sucked in for the whole day. I have to kind of wait until the girls are on school, and then I can go and imbibe. Is that the right word?
Right. Deep South went back to their green. Finally heard about the greenhouse we were talking about. It says right now it's a drying shed. It's a kiln. It's a wood kiln. So that's good.
Quake Lake Homesteader said, we have friends in Pinedale. What's their name? Yeah, my mom is from there. Is from Pinedale. Laurie Family Homestead said, gotta go put the kids to bed. Take care, John and Best. You guys talk to you soon.
Laurie. Let's see.
Silver Eagle, do you use a gun? Well, we have them. We haven't had to use them on any critters except unless we're butchering.
That's why we're talking about. Yes, I have managed to ask forgiveness rather than permission, and got some, and so we can stay away from bears.
Okay, Homesteading the Pioneer Way said, where are you guys going in Oklahoma? We go once in a while to Texas and Oklahoma.
We're gonna run through Tulsa area for right now.
Tulsa.
Yep.
Rich Assay said, next summer, maybe I can come help you build a geothermal greenhouse and set you up a Mitt Garden. I would love that.
That would be fun. We should get it scoped out, see how our area is for geothermal right now. Stone and all the hot spots.
And we went and saw one in Buell, Idaho, and they're growing bananas there and citrus orchards, and
Idaho.
They're a little bit warmer than us because they're close to Twin Falls, but not that much warmer. So, so what I'm thinking is, do we want to go make dinner?
What do we want to make? Do we need to get groceries for it?
I think we have groceries.
Did we want to really tell everybody?
Well, I'm just thinking everybody else has been on.
Should we come up with our grocery list?
Well, everybody's talking to each other. Shouldn't we talk to each other? Because they're talking.
Oh, gotcha.
They're talking to each other. Okay. So should we just engage?
Should we just type on the comments and get into their
conversation? Should we go make dinner?
I don't know.
To keep all my spinning wheels or not? I have my spinning wheels. They're huge right now, and I don't have space for them, and I'm trying to figure out, should I sell some of them or keep doing videos on them?
If she goes and rents the smallest U-Haul or budget truck that she can find, they will automatically upgrade her for free to this ginormous monstrosity, and then she'll have tons of room. So
they said Geo Air like LDS Prepper. Yes, and we've been out to his place a couple of times, and he didn't seem to be able to really say whether or not the air was working from the pipes underneath the greenhouse. He didn't want to talk about it until it was like perfect, and he really knew definitively what was working. So I haven't really heard that much from him. Oh, I should see if I can go do another walkthrough. LDS Prepper is cool. He's only 20 minutes from our house. Go do taco meat. Go make dinner. Guys. I think we should go make dinner. Okay. I love you guys. Our email is dirtpatcheaven@gmail.com. Our P.O. box is Dirtpatcheaven, 31 Rigby, Idaho, 83442.
Patreon, Facebook, blah, blah.
Yep, and
we're everywhere, guys.
Make sure to, if you need something from us, let us know.
Bart, John, the end of the cabin for the chimney, not the side. Yes, we thought about putting it in the end, and there's other issues that get in the way. Let's see. Sorry.
Are you not hungry?
Why?
Did you want to stay here and chat while I go eat?
Oh, I see. No, because they like you and hang around for your conversation. So let's see. Rich says he'll be Rich says he'll be in Rexburg soon. They ought to arrange a meetup. Email
with
us.
LDS Prepper?
No, with Rich.
LDS Prepper, because he wanted to go see LDS Prepper, right?
Gotcha. Maybe. Rich, email us. Again, dirtpatcheaven@gmail.com. Okay, my wife did abandon me. I do have to finish moving. Guys, it's really great to see you all. We love you. Appreciate you. And have an excellent week. So.